Hoo-wee! It is Friday again. It is the Friday between Christmas and New Year's. And if you've been hanging around here for the last few Fridays, you will know that my good friend Rajitha has been sharing like nuggets of amazingness about managing through the holiday season. So, a couple of Fridays ago, we talked about how to ward off the stress of the holidays. Last week, we talked about how to manage some of those triggers for holiday overeating and what we could do. And I'm excited to share with you some of the things that I've tried. But this is the third week I was able to get Rajitha to agree to come back again. There she is. Hello.
Hi.
I'm so excited because we get more time with you and we're going to talk about sleeping problems, like sleeping issues. And so I historically have issues with sleep all the time, but generally they're worse during the holidays, probably because I I get stressed and then I overeat and then I do all of the things, stay up late, hang out, have that last drink, all of the things. And so the sleep issues do get worse during the holidays. But
Mm.
first and foremost, how are you today, Rajitha?
I am doing wonderful, Nicole.
Good.
We are at the end of the year. Can you believe that?
No,
Wow.
not believe that. Yeah.
And then we
Fucking
want to
wait.
welcome the new year without any sleep. Isn't that we
Right?
try to do? We party and say
You know
that's the
what?
way to
You're right.
welcome New Year.
That's funny. Yeah, let's do that. Let's stay up all night to welcome the new year in. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. What are we thinking?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so I love that. My biggest problem, and I've shared this with Rajitha before we started, before we came on live, and my biggest problem is this: I can fall asleep on my sofa at the drop of a hat. And then when I wake up and I head to the bedroom and get in the bed, all of a sudden, like it's this brainstorm session in my head and I can't fall asleep. That is the one thing that I would love to hear some tips and tricks and, because you've got really good stuff going on here. And I would love to hear what I can do to get better sleep during the holidays. Do you have any suggestions?
Yes, let me ask you this. Do you have a winding down routine, Nicole?
So, what is a winding down routine?
Okay. Winding down routine. Let me tell you, it is very similar to you're going on a date or you're going to a party, right? Okay, now the holidays, going to a party. You plan out before you go to the party, what dress am I going to wear? How
Mhm,
is my hair going to be? My makeup, my matching shoes, all of this.
mhm.
And you're, going back and forth, up and down, showing it to your spouse, looking at yourself in the mirror. Is this perfect? Is this the right, appropriate one? Do I look good? So all of this takes time, does it?
Yes, it does. Yes,
Okay.
it does take
So
time.
that is that preparation you're doing to go to the party.
Ooh, yeah.
So, same way, we need to prepare ourselves, our body, to rest at nighttime.
Yeah. Well, isn't that an interesting concept that I've never heard before? So,
Yeah.
what kinds of things, like, okay, so what kinds of things would we include in a winding down routine to prepare ourselves to rest?
This is like a total circle from the time you wake up to the time you sleep. But let's just focus on the evening piece of it, right? So, starting with caffeine because especially midday we are all like, okay, I want some coffee to wake myself up, to stay up and do all my work. I'm dragging my body. Try to drink caffeinated beverages before 2 p.m. Don't
Ooh.
extend after 3 o'clock because that caffeine stays in your system. And also, we are constantly hooked on to our phone and our laptop and exposing yourself to that blue light, right? We think if we
Mhm.
don't check our messages, something is going to burn down. No, not really. So try to check all your messages, finish all your work up at least 3 hours before. No watching
Ooh.
television, no watching shows,
Ooh.
and your phone, all of that exposure 3 hours before. Instead, watching a show, take a book and read a book, to be able to fall asleep before.
2 hours. I'm hung up on that. Like, I'm like 3 hours before I go to bed.
We can start with two.
Wow. Okay.
We can start with
I
two.
have to start with one, honey. Like,
One,
literally, I'm gonna have to back
one.
it off 1 hour and then like work my way back because
Yeah.
that that one, like okay, caffeine before 2, like okay, I do good. In fact, my caffeine intake is usually done by 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay.
So caffeine for me is not an issue, but the blue light might be. In fact, it is.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Three
Is that
hours.
blue
I
light
love to read.
primarily
That's
what
good though.
checking? Excuse me. Is that blue light primarily checking messages for work or um
So it depends. It depends. It's not so much. I do pretty good about work, shutting work down. But then I get into this whole like I like to shop online. I like to watch movies. I don't watch a lot of live television, but I still appreciate, like I said, we usually watch a movie or something along those lines in the evening, which it's really interesting because I'm a huge reader. And I just said to my mom the other day, I was like, I haven't read as many books this year. And so I'm saying, oh my gosh, that's going to be really hard. But it also feeds into a goal that I've kind of already set for myself is that I want to
mm,
read more again this in 24. So if I shut down the movie and turn on the book, then I can do two things at once, right? I can read more, which I want, and I can shut out some of that blue light time. So we'll see how that goes.
yeah,
We'll
and
see how that goes. I'll
actually
give it a try.
you just reminded me when you said you watch movies um, at nighttime, not just that light, but the movies and the dramas that we watch, it's that stories we are taking in, whatever is in that drama,
Mhm.
we are
Oh,
consuming that and we are sleeping
didn't
with
think about
that.
that.
And how is our going sleep going to be restless sleep? Because that's early in the morning and at nighttime is when the optimal time for us to reprogram ourselves, get into our
Ooh.
subconscious level. That is when all the things that we want to change, we want to think about those. We don't want all these other people's dramas that will keep us awake through the night and stress and program. Why do we want others programming in us?
Just because, as you're saying that, I'm like, well, gosh, no wonder you have problems sleeping, Nicole. You're like watching all these, and especially when I watch with my husband because he loves all those action, shoot 'em up action movies. So I'm literally thinking, oh, gee, I do all of the things too. Hey, you don't want to have a good night's sleep, do you?
Yeah, because again, you're doing that in the bed. Are you?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So the bed is meant for us to sleep, not to watch shows or work. Sometimes we take work from the bed.
Mm.
So, again, that's that disconnect we are having. So, the bed is primarily for sleeping and sexual
Mm.
activity, things like that,
Yeah.
keeping the bedroom
No blue
nice and
lights.
cool. Yeah. And in the evening, not this white light, but turning the
Mm.
yellow light on. Because way back, hunter
Oh,
gatherers' time, they didn't have electricity, right, Nicole? So they used fire.
right.
So the
And it was
fire
showing
colored. So we turned this bright lights on. We have that fight in our house all the time. I keep turning this off and turning that on, and my husband comes and turns the bright lights on. Um, yeah, that's these are all the different things, keeping that temperature cool in the bedroom, and also not drinking, drinking earlier, at least a couple hours before, because if you drink constantly through until you go to bed, you have to wake up to go to the bathroom.
Mm.
And then when you go to the bathroom, don't turn that big bright light on. What I do is I have a night light, little brighter.
Okay.
That way I'm just navigating around with that night light on. And I make the room pitch black.
Oh,
Again, we have hissy fight. My husband will be like, I am knocking myself all around this place here. There's no light. So
there's night lights. There's plenty of light.
yeah, so these are some of the things, and eating at least like 4 hours before, not snacking into the bed, because when you are sleeping, the the cells in the body are also healing. They're rejuvenating. You want the blood circulation to go to that, for that to heal. Because
Mm.
if you sleep with a full stomach, then all of the energy is directed towards digestion of the food,
Digestion.
not the healing parts. And when you're not sleeping properly, because in our mind we have this toxic chemical that builds up, when we get into that deep sleep, that's when it gets flushed out. So
Ooh,
when we don't have deep sleep, we have that
it doesn't go.
fogginess, unclear thoughts. We can't make proper decisions, and over again happening, memory, dementia, it's like one after another. Sleep is
Wow.
very, very important. And if you don't have enough sleep, then the next day you eat more.
Hmm. Well, I have a lot of work to do.
I know it is a lot, but kind of we can work on one small step at a time. We can't do too many things at one time.
That's right. That's right. I talk about that a lot in in the inner circle, like when we're setting goals. Like these are an extension, right? Business goals versus personal goals. And it's important to have personal goals. And I feel like, boy, I have lots of opportunities for improvement on the personal side of my goals. Um, which is really, really interesting and fun. And you guys, I'm really excited because Rajitha and I have been talking, and I am so grateful for all of these really actual. First of all, before I get ahead of myself, did we get all of your tips on sleeping? Did we miss any, or did we get them all?
Nope. What we
Okay.
have we did get all of the tips. What we talked about is bedroom is used for sleeping only. The bed is for sleeping, temperature nice and cool, keeping the room dark, putting a night light in the bathroom so that you're not turning the big lights on. You're drinking caffeine stops 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and also water and all of that stuff stop a couple hours before. Food 3 to 4 hours before dinner time. and preparing your body to sleep, turning those yellow lights on instead of those white lights,
Love it.
and no gadgets. Instead of the gadgets, read a book, and don't take those drama stories into our sleep pattern. Let the drama stay where they need to be, and let's take our body to rest and heal the cells of our body and the mind to clean the toxins so
Mm,
that we can wake up refreshed, bright, and early in the morning, all smiles and making
love it.
good decisions the next day, being more productive. Nicole, as you said,
Right.
you talk about inner circle, your business goals and
Yeah.
all. If you have a strong foundation of your personal goals, all of these affect the way
Mm,
your business is conducted, the
yes.
decisions that you're going to make. So this is all,
So
it's like
true.
you need to keep your personal goals nice and strong, your foundation, so that you can make a difference in other people's lives.
So true. It is so true. I have to tell you, for as many bad habits as I still have, you should have met me like 5 years ago before I started this business because it was even worse then.
One thing I want to say, there
So
is no good or bad habit. We all have things that we need to work on. So we
I
are
love
all
it.
going to work together. So that's
Yes. Yes, we are. And that is wonderful. I love what you just said. We're all going to work together because that leads us into Rajitha and I've been talking. And over the last few weeks, she has given us an amazing, amazing actionable things that we can be doing to survive the holidays, to feel better, to sleep better, to eat better, to be less stressed. And she and I have been talking, and we've decided that we are going to do a free 5-day workshop in January. We're going to call it How to Bounce Back from the Holidays. And she's going to give us all kinds of actionable things that we can do and learn to live a better life. Tell us a little bit more about this 5-day workshop that you're putting together for us, Rajitha.
so each day we are going to address one thing and have those actionable steps, the small steps that we are going to take. These are not one of those New Year's resolution goal, that we have, and then you follow through for a few weeks. After that, you drop. That's not what this
Mhm.
is. This is a lifestyle change that you're making one small goal at a time. And Nicole, there's no magic pill. We have to
Right?
work on these things and
Yes.
be consistent and
Yes.
follow through to really see a change in us, because we talked about the control is within us, right? We
Yes.
cannot give control to others. We can give
Mhm.
control to our doctors or hospitals. You know how
Mhm.
that system works,
Right? Yeah, really.
right?
I think, yeah. We all know
So we
it.
need
Yeah.
to stay in control to keep ourselves nice and healthy. But there are times we need to go, but this is the
Yeah.
practice to be calm, healthy, and happy. So we are going to work on one small step at a time to get us through. It is a journey. It's not going to
It
happen
is.
overnight. It's going to take time. You just need to be patient with yourself. Then only
Right?
you'll see that beauty that is within you.
I love it. I'm super excited. So, here, if you are interested in more and doing this free workshop, I'm going to encourage you to join us. You can register at www, it's on the screen down there, TennesseeHealthAdvocates.com/holidays. And this is going to be a 5-day workshop. It's running, ooh, gosh, I didn't put the dates in.
15,
January 15th
15.
through the 19th. Yes, January 15th through the 19th. So it's coming up really soon. We're going to talk about how to bounce back from the holidays. Rajitha is going to give us some amazing things to we can implement to start living our best life. And I love what you said, Rajitha. It is so, so true. Just in the last 5 years, I have realized what a difference my physical health and my mental, spiritual well being really does affect and show up in my business.
Mm.
So, lots of us are independent advocates. We're running our own businesses. Not sleeping well affects my performance, affects my ability to show up in a way that's going to be helpful to others. We say this, on the airplanes, right? When we travel, what are we told in the safety shows? We're told during the safety spiel, we're told to put our own oxygen on before we help others. So I really, one of the reasons that I'm working with Rajitha and I'm so passionate about what she's bringing forward is this idea of I have to take care of myself before I can take care of or help others. And I think that this workshop is going to be a great way. I think the timing is amazing. Bounce back from the holidays, even if, and I tell people this all the time, even if it's just one thing, right? There's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of things that we could do to feel better and to sleep better and eat better and do all of the things. But even if we just implement one, and we create that habit, then we're in a better place. And the next time we can implement one more thing, right?
Yeah.
So, free workshop, bounce back from the holidays. Here's where you can register. I'm super excited to be doing this with you, Rajitha. I cannot wait. Do you want to give a highlight of, like, we'll be talking about sleep, we'll be talking about eating, we'll be talking about stress, all of those things. And January 15th through the 19th.
Yep, it's 8 p.m. Eastern to 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And
Just a half
day
hour.
one, I think we are talking about powering up the plate, about the food.
Ooh.
And then day two is move more.
Ooh, okay.
And day three is stress less.
Love
Day
it.
four is love more.
Ooh, I'm gonna like that one.
And then day five is the roadmap to your healthy self. So you're going to create. So as we are going to be live, you're going to write out your plan, the small habits that you're going to change,
Love it.
and and then work on it. One small thing at a time. You cannot be over stressed about it. Whatever is feasible within you. Everybody's situations are different. So we will be working with you, and you can comment below the questions that you have. We will be here to answer you.
I love it. All right. This has been fantastic. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a third Friday in a row. And we'll be back next month, which is really just a few days from now, right, you guys? Make sure you get
Next year,
registered for
Nicole.
that. That's right, next year. Holy smokes, already next year. Wow, you're right. Okay, so we'll see you next year. Don't forget you can register for this free workshop at www.tennesseehealthadvocates.com/holidays. That's www.tennesseehealthadvocates.com/holidays, and it's on the screen. We'll drop it in the comments as well. Rajitha, I cannot wait. I hope that you've got some very restful and stress-free activities planned for the new year and a good night's sleep to welcome the new year in. I know I am. I'm not. I'm no longer um, ushering in the new year at midnight. I don't. I don't do that. Anyway, that's one of those things that I let go a long time ago. So I hope you have some restful, peaceful, enjoyable relaxation time to usher in the new year. We will see you in the new year. And I'm looking forward to bouncing back from the holidays with you.
Thank you all, and Happy New Year to every single one of y'all. Be safe. Just remember, you stay in control. You run the show. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Have fun. See y'all in 2024. Bye.
Happy New Year!